Hi everyone! Today we're finally going to be doing my long-term review of the Nikon Z6. I've been shooting this camera for an entire year now for all kinds of different subjects, from landscape to macro work to product photography. It's been a workhorse for me. I've shot thousands of hours of videos and tens of thousands of photos, and most of the stuff on my YouTube right now from this past year has footage shot with this thing. It's a really cool camera, and we're going to go out here today, shoot some photos with it, take some look at some of my old footage, and I'm going to share my thoughts and impressions of this camera. And yeah, let's go do that. So it's no secret that the Z6 excels at capturing video footage, and that's part of the reason so much of footage I've captured with it has gone onto my YouTube channel. It captures fantastic video. I love the colors and how it renders video. This is really pretty much a professional video camera. Some of the capabilities that things you can do with it are stunning. Like if you have an external recorder, you can do raw 4K recording. That is just insane. And yeah, it is very much a video focused camera, but it is by no means, its capabilities by no means limited to video, but it definitely excels at video. We're going to take a look at some of that footage right now. Now the Z6 is no slouch at still photography either. The stills it captures are just as beautiful as the video it captures, and I've been very happy with the results of that. I take pictures of it all the time. I've shared hundreds of them online, and even sold some of them, and overall it's a very competent camera. And I've been very happy with it, and we're going to take a look at some of my best photos I've taken with it right now. So first, in terms of build quality, I've taken this thing everywhere, and through all kinds of conditions, rain, dust, mud, you name it. I've thrown everything at this camera and it's survived remarkably well, only a little bit of wear and tear. And yeah, it seems to be pretty tough and very well weather sealed, so that's good. Now, in terms of ergonomics, it's one of the better mirrorless cameras out there as far as I've tried a few out, and this is definitely one of the best. It has this nice big grip that fits my admittedly very large hands very well. My pinky does tend to slip off the end there, but for the most part it's fine. The buttons all seem to be fairly well laid out. It's got the touchscreen on the back works fairly well. I will say that I wish it had a screen that flipped out to the side. This tilting screen on the back, it makes it hard to shoot videos of myself with. If you were shooting videos at all of you talking like this for a review video, I'm shooting this on my old Canon EOS 80D because it has one of those flip out screens, and it makes it much easier to record videos of myself using this camera with that. And in general, even for just still photography, I prefer that tilty flippy screen. So that's probably one of my biggest gripes with that camera, is this style of screen. Not terrible by any means, but not ideal. And yeah, overall, ergonomics and build quality, excellent. really have to talk about some of the other features in this camera that make it so great. And really, number one has to be image stabilization. The in-body image stabilization of this camera is highly effective, and it works great with lenses not designed for this system, like my old Canon FD mount glass from like the 80s, or even older. Like I've got a Mamiya lens that's for medium format that I use with this camera. That's just, you know, the image stabilization works with anything. It's a little bit of a pain to switch between profiles, but it's totally worth it to have, you know, image stabilized classic glass. And another great thing that works with those classic lenses is, and in manual focus in general, is the focus peaking, where it highlights when your subject is in focus. It's not 100% accurate. Sometimes I miss shots because it's not detecting where it should be autofocusing, where I should be focusing correctly. But you know, 90% of the time, it really helps me get focused quickly and efficiently and get a great shot with a manual focus lens, and it really, you know, breathes new life into old glass, and I love that about this camera. So it should be clear by now that I love this camera. I love almost everything about it, but I do have three main problems with it that I do want to mention and make clear that there are problems. I mean, I've already talked about the LCD screen and the fact that it isn't fully articulating out of the side, which is a definite problem for me. I definitely prefer a fully articulating screen. Second is the viewfinder. The detection on the little sensor there, it's not very accurate, and most of the time I find I have to press this little button on the side to switch between the viewfinder and the main screen. I've tried cleaning the sensor, it just doesn't seem to be that accurate, and it's kind of annoying. The third issue is the autofocus, which just isn't that great. Like, it's okay, it just could be better. Like, Nikon has been doing a valiant job of improving it with firmware updates, but it does need to be more accurate than it is. It's not good for fast-moving subjects. I've had good results with it. It's just, it's probably the most mediocre part of the camera is that autofocus. It's a shame because otherwise it'd be almost perfect. I guess you could also say that some people might say that the lack of dual card slots is an issue. For me, it hasn't been. The XQD seems to be very reliable. Maybe it's, and I haven't had a problem. I guess some people have, but you know, for the most part, it's pretty reliable. And personally, I haven't really minded having only one card for it. I mean, they are pretty expensive cards too, so I haven't really been wanting to buy a second one, which I probably should, but oh well. And then, you know, finally, I guess we should talk about price. And this is going to run you back probably around $2,000, less on a sale. More with the kit lens. Like, I think mine was $2,500 when I bought it with the kit lens, and I highly recommend the kit lens, the 24-70 f4. It's very sharp. It makes really beautiful pictures. It's very, very compact for what it is, and yeah, as a system, I can highly recommend it. Overall, this is a fantastic camera, very well rounded, does great photos, incredible video, and is very close to being the perfect camera, except for a few small annoying points such as I've described. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you found this review helpful. It's been a long time in the works. I haven't wanted to do it until I was completely, I'd used the camera incredibly thoroughly. I'd wanted this one to be a really, have all my thoughts on the camera all at once. And it's a really good camera. I do recommend it. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you all again next time. My voice is getting very hoarse now. I've been talking for a long time. I'll see you all again next time. Bye.